All right, for real now. We're gonna do this for real. And I'm gonna look at the lens, not at myself. Period. All right, so welcome back to Vanessa J. It's been a long time. I know I say that every time, but I'm really happy to be here. I'm in a new place. If you haven't heard, I moved. I'm in Brooklyn now, all by myself, like a big girl. I am loving it. I'll probably do like a life update for you guys at some point, but today I felt really pulled to give you guys a video on the top 5 things that I would have liked to know at the beginning of my spiritual journey, or the top 5 things like to keep your energy right type of thing. Yeah. So I've been talking to a few people and it's been coming up for me. People that are like at the beginning of their spiritual journey, or they know that they want to dive deeper, but they really don't know what to do. They don't know where to start, but they just really have an inkling to like connect with themselves deeper, on a deeper level. And for someone who kind of naturally got thrown into this work like myself, and who's been, you know, practicing for an extended amount of time, like years into it, sorry, got a notification. It becomes kind of like second nature, and you know, it gets harder for me to kind of pinpoint exactly like what is a good place to start or what should you do. So I was like, this theme is coming up a lot. I've been talking to a few people who have been like, Vanessa, like I'm looking to, you know, find my peace, to ground myself, to find something more. Like, what do I do? You know, and I even had a friend say like, get me a care package, like I'll send you money and just like send me whatever it is, like to get my energy right, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna talk a little more about that in the video, but yeah, let's just get started. I wrote down the top 5 things that I would recommend you do to keep your energy right, whether you're in the beginning of your spiritual journey or even deep into it. These are things that I still do. I'm looking for my notes. These are things that I still do. For me, they're the 5 crucial things to do to keep your energy right, to get yourself in the right energy, to just elevate yourself, your mind, your spirit, your surroundings. It's all intertwined. And there's nothing external that could get you there. Like, it's an internal job. And you'll see what I'm going to say. Again, I'm going to elaborate more on that. But here are the top 5 things to get your energy right, boo. Oh, my mom is video chatting me. Hold on.
Hi.
Hi, Mom.
You look so beautiful.
Well, thank you. I'm about to film a YouTube video. Well, I am filming a YouTube video.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I love you. Everything okay?
Yeah.
Number 1 is meditation. Okay, I know this could seem a little scary, a little like, what do I do? If you're new to it and you've never experienced it, we all start at some point somewhere. For me, it was through Super Soul Sunday on the OWN channel, Oprah's channel. I used to watch Super Soul Sunday religiously, like every Sunday. And I learned about these guided meditations that her and Deepak Chopra hosted together. And they're like 21-day meditations. They had a theme, and like that's what really got me into meditation, and it really kind of taught me how to do it, and like how it feels to be in a meditative state, if that makes sense. So I recommend, if you're new to meditation, start with guided meditations, and find the type that fits for you, because everybody's different. Like, everybody has a different voice that soothes them more. So for example, you might prefer like a woman's voice. You might prefer a man's voice. Like, you might prefer music in the background. You might prefer just a frequency. That's a whole other video, but you can look up different frequencies. There's a scale of frequencies. So my favorite is like 528 hertz. So you could just go into YouTube and just type in 528 HZ, or they have different ones for different things. Look up, this is a little plug, side note. Look up the frequencies for different things. Some of them are for love. Some of them are like for anxiety. Like, you could look up a frequency like for anything. So if you just prefer to have it quiet, but again, my recommendation is that you start with a guided meditation, someone who's talking you through it and like telling you what to do, how to start, how to breathe. There's visualizing meditations. You know, there's meditations if you're feeling anxious. Like, it's an infinite world out there. Literally, you go on YouTube. Do you see these flying particles? And you could, if you're feeling anxious, you could type in guided meditation for anxiety, meditation for love, meditation for manifestation, whatever. Like, but meditation is a really big one. And guided ones, I still do them from time to time. Sometimes if I just need to relax, or it depends on my mood, to be honest. Like, once you get more used to it, you'll feel more comfortable just meditating in silence or with music, or like you'll find your groove. There's no right or wrong way to do it. But I recommend starting with guided ones so that you could feel your way through and know what it feels like to just be, you know. I went through a little bit of a time there where I wasn't meditating as much, and I'm not gonna sit here and say that I meditate every single day all the time. No, but I do have a toolbox. Again, I've been practicing like mindfulness and stuff for a while. I'm nowhere near perfect, but like, I do have a rhythm that I'm in, and I do notice that when I do meditate more often, more regularly, my energy is a lot more grounded, a lot more stable. And all that means, if you're new to this, like, what does it mean to be grounded? What does it mean to be stable? What are you talking about? It just means that you feel more peaceful, more like yourself. You're not anxious, you're not floating, you're not flustered, you're not like, you know, to be grounded is to be like, I feel good, I feel here, I feel peaceful, I feel strong, you know. So yes, guided meditations, and start with shorter ones too, you know. I know the Deepak and Oprah, they have a few free ones that you can just go on YouTube, but they have a whole website for them. They're 21-day meditations, and those are usually about 15 to 20 minutes if you want to try that, or you're like more seasoned. If you're worried and you're not sure if you could like sit still that long, definitely there are like 10-minute ones on YouTube that you could find, and you could like type in morning meditation and do one in the morning. Sorry, excuse the sirens. Welcome to New York City. I like to sit on a pillow in front of my window in the morning. That's like my new thing. I like to feel the sun shining on me and sit on a pillow and just like do a 10-minute morning meditation. They have good ones even on YouTube. That you could just look in. Okay, so that really helps you ground your energy. It really helps you get in tune with what you're feeling. It really helps you set up a peaceful, grounded energy for the day. It helps set the tone for your day. Okay, so I really recommend that. The second thing, number 2, is getting out in nature. It's a really big one. For me personally, I'm nature obsessed. If you know me, you know. I'm also an earth sign, so that could be it, whatever. If you are not a big fan, if you've tried it, if you really, really are not a big fan of just like sitting in the house and meditating, nature is a good place to meditate intentionally, like, or unintentionally, just to sit out in the park on a bench, or to sit in the actual grass, or to sit at the beach in the sand, or, you know, anywhere out where you're in the elements and you could really relax. Nature is an extension of us. We are an extension of nature. And And just being out in the sun or the rain, even just being out in the fresh air, surrounded by trees, by Mother Nature, it's grounding in itself. The energy of the sun, the energy of the plants, grounding or earthing. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of that or done that. Putting your bare feet on the ground or your bare hands on the ground, on the soil or on the grass. There's like research behind it. There's a whole documentary called Earthing or Grounding. I think Earthing. I think it's called Earthing. Earthing and grounding, you can use them interchangeably. But basically the science behind it is that when you put your like bare feet or bare hands on the ground, literally I don't want to butcher this. I'm not like a science expert. The positive and negative charges, like the earth helps balance your energetic system, literally. Okay? I don't know if ions, I don't like, it says it in the documentary, but the positive and negative charges, the earth will literally neutralize like the state of your body. You know, if you're feeling anxious, if you have any ailments, if you're feeling sick, it literally grounds you to the earth. You could look up the documentary right here on YouTube. That's where I saw it. They have the full documentary and it's amazing. It's astounding. It's really worth a watch. But for me, whenever I'm feeling anxious, whenever, you know, I'm just in the mood, again, I'm a nature freak, so I just love to go outside and like look at the trees. Even if you're in the city, find a little park. It really, really helps ground you, and it really, really is a mood changer. So again, if you find it difficult and you're one of those people who really cannot do the meditation, take a walk in nature. Go sit on a park in nature and, you know, leave the phone for a little bit and just like just take in your surroundings. Use your senses to hear what you hear, to hear the birds, to look at the freaking colors. Like, oh my God, it's like, my heart is fluttering just thinking about it. It's like a mind gasm. Like, when you get out there and you see the blue sky against the green trees, or if it's autumn foliage, like, it's just, get out in nature more. And when you really take the chance to observe the plants and the elements and like, there's no way you can't believe in like a greater force when you're out there. Like, yeah. So number 2, that was get out in nature. Number 3 is follow your feelings. Okay, follow your feelings. I cannot tell you enough how powerful your feelings in your body are, how intelligent your internal system is, your intuition. This is what we're talking about. You know, when we take the time to really tune in and listen to what our inner compass is telling us, we realize that it's always telling us something, whether we're tapped in or not. You know, it's when we choose to turn on that awareness and listen to what our body and our gut and our intuition is telling us, we realize, wow, we really have an intelligent internal system within us. And we all have those moments where we're like, oh dang, I felt like I shouldn't have went, or I knew something bad was gonna happen, or I knew tonight was gonna be a great night. You know what I mean? Like, we all have those internal feelings, is what they are, because your intuition is a feeling that you have of like, I don't feel like doing this. Something is telling me, like, my stomach, my gut is literally, you know, it's feeling like, and that's literally telling you like, you know, don't do this or don't do that. When you tune in to your body, when you don't feel like doing something, it's because you probably shouldn't be doing it. If you feel excited and it feels like a good choice, that's your body, that's your internal system telling you, go for it. You know, and when we choose to start listening to these feelings, we'll realize that our body is always leading us in the right direction. Okay. And this could be something even simpler, like, you know, on a more basic level, like, I don't feel like going to you know, this holiday party tonight. And if it's really like you really genuinely don't feel like going, or I don't feel like going to this family gathering, like, don't force yourself to do things that you genuinely don't feel like doing. Simple. It sounds selfish, but it's not. It's self-care. It's taking care of yourself. It's following your gut. And yeah. So that was number 3. Follow your feelings. Number 4. Número 4. Remove yourself from toxic people and toxic environments. Okay, this is a massive one, guys. Massive, 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 massive. Big. Like, star this one, circle this one. It is very difficult to have internal peace and alignment. It's possible. Let me not say it's impossible, because yes, you can master your energy and everything. We're only responsible for ourselves. However, it is going to be very difficult. You're putting yourself on a ride that is unnecessarily difficult when you are involving yourself with people or places that you know are not serving you, that you know are not bringing you anything positive, that you know you don't feel good when you're around. And I'm very wary now of this term toxic, because I feel like it's just thrown around so much. We all have toxic traits. We're all, you know what I mean? But when I say toxic in this, you know, circumstance, what I mean is like things that don't feel good for you, things that you know are not bringing anything positive to you. If you have a group of friends or a friend that is constantly gossiping, or all they do is talk about other friends when they're with you, and so you know they're talking about you when they're with other friends. For the guys, you have a group of friends that are only always talking about I don't know, partying, or like, you know, womanizing women. I don't know what the hell you guys talk about, but you know, things that you are not trying to surround yourself with. Like, you're trying to vibe on a different level, you're trying to like up level. Your focus is not to be, you know, degrading women or gossiping. You want to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with good people, with good-hearted people. Okay, and again, this is not to say that anybody is perfect. You know, sometimes we all get trapped in the gossip. We all get trapped in a conversation that we don't necessarily feel proud about, right? But we have to analyze our lives. We have to look back and think about the people. This could be family too. It could be family that really is constantly questioning you, or making you feel bad about your choices, or, you know, crushing your dreams. Telling you that what you're doing is not right. It could be anybody, but really taking a mental note of who you feel good when you're around. Who are the people that praise you? Who are the people that uplift you? Who are the people that when you get around them, you guys are talking about what fun adventures you could get into and how they could help you achieve your dreams, and giving you ideas and just loving you. You know what I mean? There's such a different energetic frequency from the two, that you're becoming what you're surrounding yourself with. So even if you have like an idea of you want to get more positive and you want to do all these other things, but most of the people you hang around with are not on that same wavelength as you, that's okay. That's them, and you know, that's their journey, and that's their time, that's their stage in life. But you have to make a conscious decision that you want to surround yourself with people that are trying to be where you're gonna be, or that already are where you're striving to be even better, right? And don't be scared to be alone. Sometimes you have to cut people out of your circle and be alone for a while until you attract your tribe. And then another little side note of this is like really truly embodying your authentic essence and who you really are and who you strive to be. Being real, not putting on a facade, because how are you gonna attract your soul tribe when you're not really being authentically you? You know, that's like me. Say I were on social media trying to just be like, I don't know, just booty pics all day, you know? and not sharing any, which there's nothing wrong with that. You guys know I love my sexy stuff. You could go on my gram and check it out for yourself. But, you know, there's an energy behind it. Like, I want to empower. I want to teach. I want to, you know, that's my vision. That's my goal. I want to, like, help everybody. I want to, like, spread the knowledge. I want to help people feel good. You know what I mean? So I went off on a tangent there. But surround yourself with people that are going to take you, that are going to help you up level, you know? Yes. And you don't owe anybody an explanation. And also, I said people and environments. So if you're in a household with people who are, you know, sabotaging your peace of mind intentionally or unintentionally, you need to make a conscious decision. Where can I move? How can I move? How can I get myself out of this situation? If you're in a neighborhood that brings bad memories, or you feel like it's just the energy, you know, is off and you don't feel good there, you don't feel good leaving your apartment or your house every day, you know, see if you could physically relocate. You know, I moved recently and I loved where I was, but I really do feel like another level of me has been born, and like I've reached another part of myself energetically, a lot more peace, a lot more freedom, you know? All right, number 5 is tools are just tools. You are the magic. So what does this mean? What am I talking about? I'm talking about external tools. I'm talking about crystals. I'm talking about sage. I'm talking about oracle and tarot cards. All the external objects that we are seeing, you know, all over the place in the spiritual world, which I have all of the above, so I'm not jacking anything, you know. However, what I am saying is that all of these things are not going to magically change your life and bring you inner peace and a beautiful life. No, all of the work is internal, and these are just tools. These are just supplements. You have the power, you have the magic. You have to come into yourself, and these objects work when you have an intention behind them. When you say, okay, I'm saging my apartment with the intention of, you know, clearing any energy that doesn't belong here. When you're using those crystals to maybe bring some love or some wealth to your life, you know, what's the intention that you're putting behind them? They're there to accelerate your essence and your intentions and your desires, okay? So you can't just be like, I want $1,000, go buy some citrine crystals, plop them on your table, and then expect to be rich the next day. Like, no, that's not how it works. These are just tools to accelerate you, or maybe to, you know, like a little placeholder, a little reminder. That's how I like to look at things, you know. My little crystals, when I place them in the sunlight or in the moonlight, or I put one under my pillow to sleep or whatever, they're just beautiful, and they just remind me of the love and the abundance and the wealth and the, you know, beauty and magic that I hold within myself. So don't think that you're gonna just buy a care package and like change your life without doing all of the internal work and working on yourself first. Okay, so those were my 5 major tips on how to keep your energy right, or how to start your spiritual journey, how to align with yourself. I hope that this helps. I hope that you love it. Please do not forget to like and comment. If you want to see anything else, let me know. Please subscribe, share with friends. I know I was touching my hair through this whole video, so if it was distracting, I'm sorry to have it, and I can't really help myself. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I'll see you soon.